this area behind me is the George Floyd Memorial. This is where George Floyd was killed back in May. Take a look. These barricades have been set up by protesters and supporters of the movement. They don't allow anyone in, not even the police. It's called an autonomous zone. And
you're going to be in a bad situation here in a second.
Oh, I thought if we were on this side of the barricade,
you're going to be in a bad situation in a second. What do you mean by that? You've been called out for what you are. You need to get out of here. You know what you are.
It's very tense near the memorial, and a militant-style group has closed off several blocks with barricades. What's the situation at the memorial?
The situation at the memorial is, from what I understand, is kind of volatile. People that want to go and support doesn't feel a sense of inclusion. There is more of a militant type atmosphere over there and a sense of fear.
Kim Griffin supports police reform and was outside the courthouse protesting Floyd's death, but she does not agree with what's happening at the memorial. Her nephew, 28-year-old Imez Wright, was shot and killed there over the weekend. Were police able to get in and help him? Or
we're not allowed to get into that area. He was carried outside the zone of George Floyd Square.
Not allowed by who? I mean, they're the police.
The law enforcement, it was made clear law enforcement was not welcome to penetrate that zone, which is an atrocity because his life was taken. And I mean, who knows whether or not he would have survived.
So it seems like it's Seattle happening all over again. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like it's just Seattle happening all over again. If you remember Chop, this woman just said that, her cousin was killed over the weekend. Okay. And cops were not allowed to get over there with emergency services to save his life. Okay. And then you have these liberal left-wing militants, keeping the cops from doing their job, emergency services, just like how it was in Chop. Okay. In Seattle. And, a lot of people died. Women were raped. It's going to happen all over again. Okay. You don't just have racism on the right. You have racism on the left too. They know what they're doing. Okay. Come on now. They come in there and try to close off things. They don't own that. They don't own that city block. I heard that they tried to do this in Mexico, from what I've heard, and they got ran out of there. Okay. Neither side is your friend. All right. The right and the left. Left-wing militants have reportedly turned a memorial site for George Floyd in Minneapolis into a volatile autonomous zone where police and even other protesters are not welcome. The memorial, called George Floyd Square, popped up in the days after the 46-year-old's police-involved death on May 25th, the catalyst for a global movement against police brutality and racial inequality. But since then, a militant-style group has taken over the block-long site, creating a hostile situation for authorities and protesters, like News Nation now reported. The situation at the moment, from what I understand, is it's kind of volatile. Kim Griffin, a Minneapolis resident, told the outlet, people that want to go and support doesn't feel a sense of inclusion. There is more like a militant type atmosphere over there and a sense of fear. Griffin said her nephew, Imez Wright, was gunned down within the zone over the weekend, and the activists blocked cops from responding. You hear that? Police were not allowed to get into that area. He was carried outside of the zone of George Floyd Square. She said it was made clear law enforcement was not welcome to penetrate that zone, which is an atrocity because his life was taken. And I mean, who knows whether or not he would have survived had things been different. News Nation Now reporter Brian Enton was recently reporting from the autonomous zone, which surrounds East 38th Street and Chicago Avenue, where Floyd was killed. He was confronted by two activists dressed in black. This is what you guys wanted. Okay, this is what you guys wanted. Okay. And what could I say? Weird media, Eton said, according to a video post he posted on Twitter. I don't give a F who you are. One of the protesters replied, you need to get in your car and go. This is how bold they're getting now. I guess, Seattle was a testing ground, and now Minneapolis is where they're really showing their colors. Those guarding the zone have refused to reopen the area unless the city meets a list of 24 demands, including recalling the county prosecutor and dedicating hundreds of thousands of dollars into fighting racism, supporting affordable housing, and creating jobs, the network reported. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think those jobs and affordable housing is going to be going to blacks who actually need it. And minorities who actually need it. I really don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. Just being real honest here. The activists want the area to remain closed until trials are held for the three other officers charged in Floyd's death. Those are scheduled for August. The thing about it is that a lot of the different demands are acts from different people, and black folks aren't monolithic, said Janelle Austin, a leader of the autonomous zone. So it's really incumbent upon our city leadership to really look at the needs behind the ask and really fulfilling those needs. But the city has vowed to reopen the zone after the trial of Derek Chauvin. You're going to wait. Oh boy. The former Minneapolis police officer charged in Floyd's murder wraps up. City Councilwoman Andrea Jenkins said some residents have complained about gunshots and helicopters flying overhead. She said cops have faced protest resistance and opposition from occupants in the zone, prompting them to avoid policing the area. Oh boy. Last year, there were 19 non-fatal shootings in the area, 14 of which occurring between May 1st through August 31st, News Nation Now said. There were just 3 shootings in 2019. Marcia Howard, a retired Marine who quit her job as a teacher to become one of the zone's organizers, claimed that cops haven't been impeded and justice closed these streets and only justice can open them back up, Howard told News Nation Now. I think these people are low-key racist, okay? Because you're law and order and you know how, you worked in the military and you know how important laws are needed to hold down a country. And this isn't it. People are complaining about gunshots and helicopters flying overhead. A similar protest area dubbed the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, or CHAZ, formed in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood last year. Activists there frequently clapped until the lawless zone was dismantled after a month of occupation. Telling you, man, I'm telling you, this is just going to be bad. This is going to be extremely bad. Okay. Who's in the chat? The good, the bad, and the ugly truth entered the live studio. Hey, what's up? The good, the bad, the ugly truth entered. To see you here right now. I'm also on a Podbean, just to let you know. But this is sad, man, because it seems like, it's a testing ground to see what they could get away with. They did it in Seattle, and now they're going to do it in Minneapolis. Okay? And this is going to stay. They're going to try and stay there until the George Floyd trial, the murder trial, is over. So this is going to be something interesting, and I'll be trying to cover it, as will every other YouTuber. Okay. What do you think about this? What do you think about this left-wing militants invading Minneapolis, invading the George Floyd Memorial site? What do you think about this? Do you think it's going to be another chop like Seattle and a lot of things are going to go bad? Let me know in the comments later. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.